Hi everybody, welcome to the video and welcome back to the flea market. I forgot what day this was. This might be a Thursday. I'll know as we go through the vendors. All the days are becoming one day as we get closer to the end of the year. Everything's just moving faster and faster. But here we go. Let's get into it. We're operating right at the front of the flea market. I don't typically stop at these booths here at the front. I mean, I'll glance. So I saw a few things that caught my eye, so I'm going to pop in and take a look. Take a look and see what they have to offer here. I actually found a dinosaur that I used to have when I was a kid. They're from the British. It says British Museum of Natural History, I believe they were from, and I used to get them from a local like toy store here in my town. So I did find one here, and I would like to buy some more if I can, because I had a whole bunch of them, and if I find any more, I'm definitely gonna pick them up. So let's go ahead and we're gonna scan these things. Of course, I mean, electronics. Electronics draw me right in. Once I see them, I'm like just kind of drawn in to see what's there. That is one of my specialties: computer electronics, more computer stuff, computer components, and that kind of realm. But it's difficult when you're, when that's your specialty and you're at the flea market, because they're just laying around loose. Good luck. Like I think I've said this before, you have to buy them at a price that you can resell them as not working if you are going to buy them. Otherwise, I would say just stay away from them, because you don't know unless they're new in the box. New in the box kind of just trumps everything. You can just sell it brand new. But loose stuff, it's going to be difficult. You got to know how to test them, and I always go with the assumption that it's not going to work, and that's what I'm going to buy it for. I'm going to buy it for not working price, so I can sell it as either. I confirm to see if there are any solds, like 4 parts, and if there are, I'll buy it accordingly. If there are not, I'll gamble, but I gotta buy it really, really cheap. And by cheap, I mean $5 or less to gamble with. The one computer component that you can kind of get away with, buying loose, are CPUs or the processors like Intel or AMD. Most of the time, those are fine. They're nothing. It's very rare for a CPU. I mean, unless there's obvious damage and you look under it and there's obvious damage to it. But it's actually pretty rare. Okay, let me walk that back a little bit, because some older CPUs have pins, and if those pins are bent or broken off, then it could be an issue. Now, AMD had pins, used a pin layout or PGA layout for their CPUs. So those ones I would recommend not getting, because I mean, how many people are going to know like which pin is broken off and which one isn't? But for Intel ones, Intel has been they've been away from that standard for a while. So there's no pins underneath their CPUs. They're just little contact pads. So when it comes to CPUs, Intel CPUs would probably be the way to go. If you do find them loose, just make sure they're not scratched up or dented or broken in any way. And generally, they should be okay. Should be okay. But if you don't want to gamble, don't gamble on it. I'm looking at a remote here. Camera. Don't pass up these 35mm film cameras. Some of them can still do pretty good. And this one here, though, some of them, I try to buy the ones that use like AA batteries or AAA batteries. The ones that have like specialty batteries, like those little lithium-ion batteries, or sometimes there are some like standard batteries that are a bit shorter and stuff. Because then you got to go out and buy those, and it's another cost added to it. And some of these cameras, you know, they can go for up there $20, $30, $40, $50. But if you can get them cheap enough, most of them will be right around the $10 to $15 range. And they usually sell pretty fast. So, you know, I call that, you know, it's like bread and butter or low-hanging fruit. You know, if you can snag those for $1 or $2, that's like a quick $10, $12, $15, a good score. Okay, I kind of cut off the camera a little bit and jumped over to another booth, and I forgot to film while I was there. I forgot to turn it back on. But we grabbed some great backpacks here. We got Tokidoki. If you don't know or you're not sourcing Tokidoki, you need to be on it. That's a Sport Sack collab with Tokidoki. This is another Tokidoki purse. That purse actually already sold. That sold within a matter of hours of me listing it. Tokidoki backpack, and you know, being on the look. I just missed out on another bag. I was like, oh man, someone picked up the other bag. I would have bought that too. But Tokidoki, you know, I got each of those bags for right about $10. That purse sold for $80. As soon as I listed it, it was gone almost within an hour. So definitely look out for Tokidoki. It sells incredibly well. It gets lots of views, and it's a really popular brand, or designer brand, I should say. It is Japanese. It's kind of like the, you know, kind of like the more edgier Hello Kitty. So if you see Tokidoki, it's a great price. Pick it up. You know, those bags I just showed you right now, you know, if you get them for $10 or less, you'll make a good profit on them. Some of the smaller stuff, like the, you know, wallets and everything, you probably want to get closer to $5 or so. But it does incredibly well. Let's take a look at this little pocket knife thing. I thought it might be a Leatherman, because I see a Leatherman. I saw a Leatherman case there. It was just laying there on the table, and I thought that one might be a Leatherman. Leatherman is definitely something to look out for in the pocket knife world, or like a. Yeah, it's a pocket knife, but it's more like a little utility, fold-up utility knife / tool. Because you'll have multiple tools on the inside, including a pair of pliers. Yeah, this has to be this has to be a Wednesday or a Friday, because I don't usually frequent the front on Thursdays. Thursdays I target the vendors I know first, then I circle back and go through all the other what do you call it? Vendors or booths. Or spaces, you know, whatever you want to call it. So you got to develop connections. You need to develop these relationships with these people that can supply you with goods for your online store. They're bringing, I mean, some of these people do sell online, but a lot of them are bringing it here because it's easy. You make quick sales, quick cash, no fee. Oh, well, there's an entrance fee. You know, you got to pay for the spot, but you know, there's no shipping involved, no nothing. You bring it here, you make your cash, and boom, you're gone. So, develop relationships with these people here. If you do sell online, they will help you out. You know, they're as eager to sell stuff as, you know, you are eager to buy and resell. So, and especially if you can buy a lot of it. If you can buy in bulk, you know, that's great. Bulk always... You'll always get a good deal, and but you know, start making piles, start making, you know. Sometimes, yeah, you'll have to pay up a little bit sometimes to start to develop that relationship, but it'll help you in the long run. Especially at flea markets, you know. In other places, it might not be that, you know, you might not be able to do that, like garage sales. That's not something you can, you know, not an advice that you can apply to garage sales, because garage sales are kind of random, but you usually get better pricing at garage sales, so, you know, there's always a trade-off. And so that's one of the reasons why I target, you know, on busier days, I tend to target the people I already know, or sometimes they've contacted me in advance already, and they'll be like, hey, you know, they'll send me pictures, and, you know, I want to go take a look at it in person, or if we already made a you know, a deal ahead of time, you know, I'll just go pick it up. I'll just be like, hey, you know, I'm here, and You know, I'll pick it up if it's if everything will fit in my cart. But if it won't, usually I'll just, you know, pick it up towards the end of the day. You know, whatever I prearranged. So you got to start, you know, as you start to advance in your reselling business, you will need to, you know, start doing that. You know, it's gonna help you overall. It's gonna help you to have a constant source of product.
No? All right.
And another vendor over here that I, you know, come to all the time. I buy purses, backpacks. You know, really nice people and great prices. You know, I was just there the other day. I bought some more purses, even though my purse thing is overwhelmed. It's overwhelmed, but they had some Lululemon backpacks and Toomey bag and 2 Toomey bags, and then what else? They had Juicy Couture, and at great prices. I couldn't pass it up. This fossil bag is actually sold already. I think I took an offer of $30 on it, if I remember correctly. But it has like this metallic gold sheen to it. It has the key. That's what you want to look for with some of these fossil key bags. If it has the key charm, you are going to get more of a premium. And so I'm going to sort through the rest of these bags here and just... I'm trying to focus more. You guys heard me say about talk about wallets and everything, but I'm trying to focus more on wallets because my purse. A lot of purses. They are selling. It's just the rate at which I'm picking them up, because they're such great deals, to the rate at which I'm selling them. You know, the selling needs to catch up to the buying. So I need to slow down in buying purses, unless there's just a crazy deal. Then, you know, I will make the purchase, but I'm not going to just purchase, you know, just go crazy and start buying. And that is definitely one thing you want to look for. I mean, everybody's space is limited, you know, everybody either, whether you're in a storage unit, warehouse, whatever, you know, eventually you get to a point where, you know, you're either going to outgrow it or you need to reduce your inventory, whatever it is. Then you either need to grow into a new space or, you know, whatever your goals are. And since I sell out of my house, so that's my space, so I have to manage that accordingly. I'm not going to, you know, pass up big profit. I'll find room for a big profit item, but, you know, I'm not going to buy those, you know, those items that are probably fall within my profit category. I'll probably leave them for other people. While I, you know, sell down my inventory. Sell down? Is that the right term? Is that the right sentence? I think I hope you guys got the point on that. We're looking up some brands here. I'm just, you know, looking up stuff. Try to, you know, do my research. There's stuff I come across that I'm not familiar with, and you know, I need to do my research really quick and drop it into my memory banks and remember for the next time. It's got like a little burlap type of, you know, tiny crossbody cell phone case. I bought this because I thought this would fit one of my cameras. My camera's just a little bit too big for this one. That is one thing I have learned growing as a social media person here, is that yes, phones are great. Phones are great to start out with when you're, you know, when you're first starting. If you do decide to go YouTube or wherever, you know, Instagram or TikTok. I mean, I think TikTok, yeah, you need a phone, in my opinion. I mean, the phone works best. But, you know, as you start to become a little bit more professional, I guess, you will need to invest in some good cameras. But that is for social media. This is a reselling channel, but I'm more than happy to answer any comments, questions, anything down below that you guys have regarding reselling. And drop them down below, as well as my other social medias are down below as well too. You'll find my link to my other channel, which is just shipping stuff. So if you have any questions about shipping over there, if you just want to see how shipping, you know, how the shipping goes, I try to put some unique stuff over there, you know, hopefully breakable stuff that I would like to show you guys how I package, like mugs and large items like lanterns, so that way you guys can get a sense of what it takes, and that, you know, it's not necessarily easy, but if you have the right tools, and by the right tools I mean packaging materials and boxes, it can be a smooth process. Christmas lights, it is, you know, we are coming really close to Christmas now, so or the Christmas holiday, this Christmas season I should say. Christmas is still about, we're still about a couple months away, but the actual season and decorating is here and upon us. I'm gonna take a look at these Adidas here, and let's look around. And one thing you'll notice a lot at flea markets is, you know, the lower end stuff will usually be like on the floor, and will usually be further away from the vendors. The higher end stuff will usually be up on tables and will usually be closer to the vendors. They're going to keep it all that higher end stuff. So, you know, like I've said, sometimes you got to pay more to get more. So I do like to focus more on the higher end stuff, and so therefore I will, you know, be on more on the tables. I will definitely take a look at the stuff that are there next to the vendors, because I know that I'll get a higher average sale price for those items. What I'm going to pay, that's another story. That you're going to have to negotiate on your own. But like I said, if you follow my tips, if you follow my advice, you know, just befriend everybody, try to buy as much as you can, obviously within reason. You know, try to chit chat. I always try to wear, you know, I think I haven't mentioned this in a while, but I always try to wear the same, not clothes, because it's kind of weird. You're showing up in the same clothes all the time. But I always try to wear the same hats. I have a specific hat that I wear to the flea market, and it's actually from Gilroy, what do you call it? The Garlic Festival in Gilroy, which is sadly no more. But it's a Gilroy garlic hat. It's not bright, but it's like a maroon color, so it kind of stands out a little bit. So that way they see the hat, they can identify it to me. You know, just tricks of the trade here. My wife thinks I should get rid of the hat because it's getting dirty, but I like it. And I'm using it. It's a tool. It's something I'm using here at the flea market to help get me better deals. As a matter of fact, I was just there, just there the other day, and I was walking by one of the booths. One of the booths I don't usually frequent, and someone stopped me immediately. They know I buy Star Wars toys, and I like Star Wars toys. And they said, "Star Wars!" There's another guy here. He has a lot of tech stuff here. And, you know, this guy does really well. I mean, I do have bought a lot of computer components from him in the past. You know, I buy now if he has anything good. But I trust he does a lot of testing and everything, and I trust him. And I would buy components from him, like this Apple Watch right here, which I did buy from him. I put this in the bundle. I'm seeing the watch. I'm walking you through my head right now. What I'm thinking. I'm seeing the watch. I'm like, okay. Apple Watch, it's clean. I just, checked the model in the back really quick. Now I'm picking up this Nike wallet, and I'm picking up that Nike golf wallet because, first of all, Nike doesn't make golfing equipment anymore. Second of all, I've sold that before, so I'm familiar with the how much it's going to go for. Now, I don't want to buy that watch. Broken, that watch will probably... I've sold them broken for around $30, but I would say probably more like somewhere between 20 or 30 bucks broken is what it will go for. And I forgot to film the rest of it. I don't know why I didn't do that. But either way, just to continue my thought process on that Apple Watch, I ended up bundling a bunch of stuff together for that. I got the watch, I got some other, I got like a lucite keychain thing. I got several other pieces from him in a big lot. So it brought down the overall, it brought down the individual cost of each item. Yes, I ended up paying a little bit more than I typically would because obviously there's an Apple Watch in there, It's an Apple product. And, it's buying electronics from him, so electronics, command a little bit more. And then I just, so I bundled everything up, so the overall price of each individual item, stop saying overall, I should say the individual item cost was lower. So the watch I ended up getting for about 12 bucks. And just so you know, it works, and my daughter wanted it, so it works. It's not iCloud locked or anything like that, so she got it.
You're a laptop guy, huh? Electronics, computers, not so much Apple, but you can't go wrong for parts, man. $1 each.
Now this guy, I haven't seen him before, but he's been coming to the flea market more and more, and he was blowing these out for $1 a piece. I still have these sitting in my car. At $1 a piece, you could probably sell them for 10 bucks each, and just for parts. People will part them out.
Yeah.
So for $1, I don't think I can go wrong with these. They're older. I mean, they're not new, but
you're right.
Sometimes I've been on there on eBay searching for old computer parts, and thank goodness, thank goodness for eBay. I was able to find some, internal laptop components that I was able to buy at a really good price, and somebody probably parted it out from another laptop.
Everything $1.
All right. And as you can see, once someone says dollar or cheap, I mean, everyone says cheap, but everyone's definition of cheap is different. When someone's actually selling stuff for cheap and selling them for and by cheap around here, it's $1 or less. Generally $1 is, the bottom.
I'll take these guys here.
For electronics and stuff, there are, other items and people I've seen do like 25-cent sales, but that's pretty rare.
Thank you.
But once you start hearing that dollar sign, when you start hearing the dollar and people are paying only $1 at the tables, that everyone starts flooding in.
$1, everything $1. Ooh, $1. Yeah,
all right. So I'm definitely going to check out this table a little bit. A little more investigative work if it's $1. Bunch of games here. I mean, there was the Street, but it's loose, and wish I had the case for it. Another one of those Apple laptops. So I think it's just busted. I mean, no battery pack, no nothing. And this guy's trying to just get rid of everything here.
$3, $4.
And sometimes he gives stuff away for free. I mean, I was there just the other day, and he was giving away stuff for free too. It was $1, and then he was giving stuff. He was like, "Here, just take it. Here, take that, take that."
I got another one. There's $1 right there.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Can't go wrong with
Right.
No.
I'm sure you'll find a better purpose in here.
So,
Thank you very much.
not bad, not bad. A little haul of, broken laptops, and of course, I'm going to sell them as broken as is, and just you could probably wrap them up pretty well and throw them in a padded poly bag and send them on their way. One thing I do for items that are broken is I'll put no returns on those items. Generally I have a 30-day return policy, but on broken items, I always put no returns because I've had people, buy them, and I'm assuming they're going to try to get them working, and then they'll just open up a return and send it back after a week or two, which, I'm selling them as broken, so those are broken items. I'm not selling them as potentially repairable items or as that they worked and they should work again, hopefully, if you just get a battery for it. No. So I always put no returns on those, and haven't had that issue anymore. Although I did have somebody open up a return on a stereo that I had sold them, with a SpongeBob stereo, and I sold it for parts. It's not working. Even though it did work, the radio did work, and one of the speakers worked. Otherwise, I couldn't get the CD player to work, and the sound just wasn't coming out in stereo because I think one of the other speakers wasn't working properly. It seemed like it was working, but it wasn't coming out clearly. So I sold it as parts. So working as parts. The AM FM radio works, but that was it. And but overall, the listing was sold as not repairable. I mean, or for repair. And someone bought it, and they ended up opening up a return case saying one of the speakers doesn't work. However, it was then they left me negative feedback to top it off. They left me negative feedback on top of that. I'm like, what the? So, of course, I chatted with eBay really quick. I sent them a message, and they said, don't worry about it, but there's an open case. We can't take the feedback off right now. We would definitely take it off, but because there's an open case, we can't take it off right now. Once the return has been completed, then go ahead and let us know. So I was like, whatever, I guess I'm getting a return back on a broken item. And I sat there. It sat there for, I think it takes about 30 days, if I remember correctly. It gives the buyer 30 days to return the item, and they didn't return it, and so case closed. Negative feedback was taken away, and everything's good. They have their item. So that's I always have 30-day free returns. I do recommend it. You do get benefits to that. Puts you into that top-rated plus on all categories that have all items that have that return policy attached to it. Obviously, for items that are broken, if you do not have a return policy on it, it does not fall under top-rated plus. So you won't get a discount on that on those items, but you will on all the other items that have that 30-day return policy set up. I do highly recommend it to have that return policy. All right, but we are still searching for items. Let's see. We're kind of in the middle of this section of the flea market, and in the middle isn't really that great. A lot of stuff, a lot of new items, and they will charge close to retail price, like what those items are for. So I'll definitely look at stuff, but I'm pretty much just sailing on through. Like all these electronics. What's kind of funny is if you see those watches in the yellow box, those were at another vendor's booth. And so a lot of these vendors will buy from other vendors, and then if they get a good deal, then they'll take it and put it up in their booth, and then they'll resell it for higher. So there is some flea market arbitrage going on here between the vendors. I mean, everybody's a reseller. This guy has some pretty good prices on stuff, and I have purchased some cameras from him before, keyboards before, and he prices just right. And all the stuff I've bought from him, yeah, I've been able to move it pretty quickly. Then there's this little flashlight, mag lights. You guys know I like these little mag lights. I always keep them laying around the house. I have the larger ones. I don't have a small one, so I'm going to definitely pick that up and keep that by my bedside. That'll come in handy. But a lot of cool little items, cool little trinkets. Tablet. A lot of tablets just don't, you know. The Amazon ones do well. If you can get them brand new, they do really well. Used, they're okay. But a lot of these, you know, other Android tablets, they're not really that great. Apple ones are great. It's just, you know, sometimes they're password locked or iCloud locked, and you really can't do anything with them after that. I mean, you can still use them if you can get jailbreak them, but again, then you can't get any updates or anything. You can't really resell it in that condition. I wouldn't recommend reselling it in that condition. Definitely, you know, if it's iCloud locked or anything like that, you would have to sell it for parts. I sell it for parts if I do pick them up.
Oh, he didn't come today. All right, cool. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Deals happening here. Scan the rest of the stuff that he has here. Oh, as you can see, there's another camera here. I know the price is going to be right. It's not a high-end camera at all, but you know, it's about a $15 camera. But I know he'll probably charge about a buck or two, anywhere between $1 to $5. And it's quick profit. It's one of those that uses AA batteries, easy to ship, easy to store, lightweight, goes for under £1. If I'm not mistaken, I may have sold that already. What's on the camera?
$2.
Okay, cool.
I just don't pay it no attention. Because I'll tell you this thing.
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I sold that already. Yeah, I see $2 for that.
Yeah, you do.
I'll do that all day. Let's see. What did I sell that for? Let me look it up right now. I know I moved it already. Oh, did I? Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, as a matter of fact, that was $20. That was $2 and then $20 for that camera. So pretty good score there. And this vendor over here, I bought some. I was trying to see if these were Jellycats, which is a brand to look out for when it comes to plush. Even though I don't pick up too much plush anymore, but the Jellycat is definitely one to look out for. Yeah, lots of electronics, nice, clean electronics. And I purchased from him before. I mean, he's a great vendor. Prices are a little bit high, so obviously for reselling, it can be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm pretty comfortable buying from him and knowing that the items I buy will work. Checking out the one of the calculators there on the table. Bunch of remotes. Normally I would be looking at these remotes a little closer, but he does charge a little bit more for them. And if I'm buying remotes, it has to be for, really, it has to be a buck a remote. Some of those Logitech Harmony ones, you know, could pay up a little bit for those. But, yeah, just regular old remotes, TV remotes, VCR, you know, entertainment system remotes, you got to get them for a buck. Because generally, for the most part, they're going to go for about $10. There will be some outliers that will go for more, but generally it's about 10 bucks. And definitely not bad to have in your store. I don't mind listing those $10 items in my store. You guys know I'd like to have a $15 to $20 profit margin, but those remotes, you know, someone's always looking for a remote. People lose remotes all the time, so I like to have them in my store. Quick flip. Well, I'm sorry, take it back. Not a quick flip, but a good profit item to flip. If you get them for $1. Take a look here, another vendor. This little trackball mice, definitely something to look out for. This was really grungy, and I'm not gonna pick that up. I'm not gonna. It's not worth the work to try to bring that back to life as far as the condition or the way it looks. I'm pretty sure it works perfectly fine, but yeah, that'll be tough. But it is kind of good because it is a wired one, and you don't have to worry about the dongle, which is, you know, could potentially be a problem with some of these. Logitech, a lot of Logitech ones, you know, some of the modern ones, the dongle, they have like what's called a unified. But there's, you know, they'll work with multiple. They'll work with. You can buy another dongle for it, like Microsoft stuff. Generally, that item is dedicated to that dongle. So if you can't find it for the Microsoft, can't find the dongle with your Microsoft mouse or keyboard, it's pretty much done. You can't use it. And so I picked up that what do you call it? I thought it was a like a organizer or calculator or something, but it turned out to be a what was it called? It was called a. I wasn't really familiar with it, but I think you can use it as a calculator. But it was called a what was it called? Talkback? No. It was called a. Oh, I don't even have it up here. I'm trying to find it in my store right now. Can't find it to tell you what it is. I'll go over the recap. I'm sorry, there'll be a recap. I gotta think, there's gonna be a recap at the end where I'm gonna cover everything that I resell. I don't know why I'm trying to look stuff up on the fly, because I'll recap it. I'm blanked out. It's been a long day. All right. Definitely some cool items up in here. You know, you really gotta. Sometimes you do have to dig through this stuff to really. You never know what's at the bottom of these bins. You never know. There could be some profit hidden down there. This is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like a hard drive, portable hard drive. That's the Seagate logo. And Seagate does hard drives. Alright. Nothing there. I'm gonna pick this up as well too. This is for an old Apple iPod. Not gonna necessarily be a fast mover, but you know, somebody's eventually gonna be looking for this. Is my thought process on it. Because I've done this whole thing. I picked up items. I'm like, oh, am I gonna find an accessory for it? I knew they made it, but I'm not sure. So something that's gonna be a longer tail item, but will sell for some decent money. Probably about 20 bucks is what we're looking at. And I don't mind picking those up, again, because they're easy to store, easy to ship, lightweight, all that. Pirates of the Caribbean, but No, I think that was like a pillow cover. This is a little Adidas crossbody wallet type of thing. It's like more like a wallet with a strap on it, crossbody strap. The Steve Madden purse. It's actually in good. I mean, it's just a little dusty, but it's in good condition. I was like, what? Steve Madden isn't like the best to resell, but I know I'm gonna get a good price on it, so like might as well throw it in the cart. It was clean, other than just needing like to be dusted off. If it was stained or anything, I would have left it behind, but it was in good condition. Well, that's going in the cart. I'm gonna start trying to stack as much as I can in that cart. I'm gonna fill that cart up. As you can see the tables over there. Table over there is gonna have some good. Hopefully, have some good stuff. We're gonna take a look at that. But check out these little tiny tins. Nothing really. That's not for resale. That's for myself. It's just kind of cool. And then these little tins. I'm getting a tin. That's going to be a gift, so not for resale. I'm just trying to take a look, see what's. I think there's candy or something in there, but nothing really that great. I wouldn't recommend picking those up. Yeah, so you know, it really. You know, what I was going to say was a lot of people will say, you know, you really gotta be good, niche down, or you know, really focusing on one area, so that way you don't have to rely on your phone. But for you know, someone like me, and I've been doing this for many years, and every time a new tool or something comes out, you know, that can help you, I say jump on it and take it. You know, and ever since the eBay app has been around, it's been so convenient and easy to use, and you're out and about, you're mobile, so you always have a, you know, well, not all the time, but for the most part, you have a connection, internet connection, and you can look stuff up. I mean, I remember before smartphones, you know, we were looking on, you know, logging in eBay.com, you know, the computer at work, and checking stuff out, and you know, oh man, what just sold? You know, what are these things selling for? But so life is so much easier nowadays. So it's easier for people to more or less get started in, you know, in reselling. In reselling, you can quickly make some good money really quick, you know, and there's so many websites now. I mean, not just eBay. There's Poshmark and everything. So there's many platforms, and it's very easy to determine what to buy and what not to buy nowadays. So I don't really think there's an excuse for people to you know, buy stuff that just doesn't sell. And there are, you know, you could look stuff up, and you know, I think I've said this before. You know, you can look stuff up and determine if there have been sales, and yeah, you know, and then you could buy stuff, and then you know, you can buy it, and then there might be a sale on that. You know, your item might sell sometime in the future. But the reality is that in order to, you know, make this either a full-time income, a part-time income, or just have a steady stream of something coming in, you're going to need items that sell quick. And then once you have a good amount of items that sell quick, then you can go ahead and look towards items that will take a bit longer. There are some items that just don't sell. So, you know, everything generally will have a price, you know, a price point where it will sell. But there are some items that don't sell, and The eBay app, use it. It's in your pocket. I don't even think you need an account to use it. So you can, but if you're reselling, you better have an account. But it's there, you know. Don't let people discourage you from, you know, using the tools that you have, or be like, oh, that person has to look it up. You know, what are they? They don't know what they're doing. Don't buy into that. You know, I use it all the time. Now we're over here looking at some jewelry. This vendor I've recently, you know, kind of befriended, and, you know, we chit-chat now. And sometimes it kind of throws me off because different days, the vendors are at different locations. They're not always necessarily at these designated spots. So it kind of, sometimes it confuses me, like, who's who, because I'll be like, oh, wait, hold on, you're the guy that's over there? So he shuffles around between two different spots, so it always throws me off. But, you know, now that I've got to know him a little bit, you know, we're cool, and, you know, he knows what I like to buy, and he'll kind of direct stuff towards me. Sometimes he'll have stuff in his van, and he'll bring it out, and he'll be like, hey, you want to take a look at this? And, you know, so nice watches, you know, nothing, you know, I do sell a lot of watches. And again, watches to me are kind of like the wallets. They're just small and easy to ship, and they just store really easily. Just gotta be careful you don't lose them, and you gotta always check them out. One thing, you know, if you are sourcing watches, I would recommend getting a lot of watch batteries first of all, because you want to make sure they work before you sell them. And one quick and easy test while you're here, because most of the time these watches are not going to work here because the batteries are dead. You just want to check to make sure that the hands move. So you want to, you know, pop the little crown out, make sure the hands move nice and freely with the crown. There's no issues with that, or no cracking or anything like that. Sometimes the bands, you can kind of get away with bad bands if the actual watch is a desirable watch, and someone could just buy a replacement band for it. But for the most part, I try to look for good bands because I don't really deal in high-end watches. I'm generally right there, anywhere between, you know, wide range, okay? Anywhere between $15 to $20. I'm sorry, $15 to $100 for watches. I generally don't go any higher than that because, you know, once you get into high-end watches, then there's authenticity issues that could arise. It could be completely authentic on the outside, but then the internals aren't correct. So it's very tough. And I can't dissect the watch while I'm sitting there, you know, at the flea market. That would take way too long. So I generally like to be on those lower end watches. Anything below, you know, $100 are generally the watches I would like to be into, because usually just open the case back and pop a battery in and you're good to go. So if you do want to get into watches, like I was saying earlier, get yourself some batteries, get yourself some watch tools, a watch kit. Look on Amazon, just get a generic watch kit to help you open up some of these watches. Because some of the backings are kind of weird. They're not just all, you know, you pop it off. So, but it's a good market. It's a good category to be in. I've been selling lately a lot of 90s and early 2000 watches. But, of course, you know, that trend may eventually change. So, you know, be on the lookout. Or be mindful of what, you know, the current trend is. A lot of knickknacks here. Nothing that great. But I'm still a buyer. You know, some of that stuff will still sell. Like that magic band I'm picking up. That elephant, that's from a Fisher Price. It's a vintage Fisher Price toy. So these things will sell. Checking out what's on the floor. This guy was trying to make a deal on something. I don't know. Not sure what they were up to, but he was asking about the key or the lock or something to something else. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I was just kind of hearing what they were doing. But that's going to wrap up the trip at the flea market, and we're going to go over everything that in the recap that I picked up that's going to be resold on eBay. Okay, everybody, welcome to the recap here. So, I wasn't planning on buying really too much of this on this flea market run. It was just a Wednesday. I planned on just going, checking stuff out, seeing if there's any heavy hitters there. But we walked away with a bunch of stuff, of course. It's the flea market. We always do. Right off the bat, though, I'm going to show you these things. You've got to be looking out for Tokidoki. Tokidoki is, pretty popular. You'll get a lot of looks in your store. A lot of people, looking at the item. A lot of buyers, too. I mean, people buy it all the time. So, first off, I missed out on a bigger backpack. I was just, I was looking up actually this right here. So, okay. So I was looking up this bag to see, because I wasn't familiar with Jujubee. It's World of Warcraft. It kind of has that Tokidoki look to it. And while I was looking up this one, someone else swiped the bag from a backpack from under me, a Tokidoki one. So I didn't get all 5, which I wanted all 5. However, can't be greedy. You're going to miss out sometimes. So we got this Tokidoki backpack here. It's a smaller backpack. You got to look out. I can't say it enough. Look out for Tokidoki. This stuff sells like crazy. And this backpack should be about $30 for that backpack that we're looking at. The other Tokidoki I got here is a crossbody purse. And it has a bag charm. Always great to have the bag charm. The bag charm doesn't do too well by itself. So if you do find the bag charms, they go for like $5, maybe to $10. But if you have the charm and you have a bag, match it up together, it'll help sell the bag. Crossbody strap. This should be about $40 to $50 right here. Maybe a little bit more. I might be able to push this up to $60. It's in great. All these bags are in great condition, by the way. No cleaning involved. Oop. Well, now I might need cleaning because I just dropped it on the floor. Let me get those. Okay. Put those over here on this side. Don't want things to get dirty. Okay. So, as I was telling you, I was looking up this Jujubee World of Warcraft. I've said a bit things about World of Warcraft, PC gaming stuff, popular games. Look them up. You never know. This one right here last little comp was for $70. It was a $100 comp. There's one that went low for $25 on bids, but 2 listed right now are up around the $70 range, $99 range. So I should probably expect on the low end. I'm thinking about $60 on the low end. High end about $100 for that. So I'll probably post it at $100 and see what kind of offers I get. I'm always open to offers. And then the other Tokidoki you should be looking out for is not just Tokidoki, but also Tokidoki and Le Sport Sac. So this is another Le Sport Sac. I've talked about Le Sport Sac and their collabs. They did a collab with Gwen. They do many collabs, and Disney, of course, is a popular one. One with Gwen Stefani. This one here with Tokidoki, easily $50 to $60 right here. It's got like a nice, like a pillowy feel to it. Bag charm, just only adds more value. And not only is it just, it's kind of tied up there, but not only is it just a Tokidoki bag charm, it's also the official collab one with Le Sport Sac. Le Sport Sac is a brand you should be looking out for. I know I've mentioned it before. Le Sport Sac does really well. They're crossbodies. Non-collab, Le Sport Sac, get them cheap, $2 to $3, under $5. But they should sell well for around just the standard crossbodies, probably about $15. Gym bags anywhere from $20 on up. Okay, then we got a bunch. Now we're going into electronics. Now you guys see every YouTuber, everybody out there, reseller, grab the TI calculators. TI-83 is another one you should. The plus version sells well around $30 for that calculator. There were some other calculators there. You would think the higher numbers would do a lot better. Like I saw a TI-86 today, but it doesn't. It doesn't really go that well. We are in a heat advisory right now where I live. Yes, it's almost Halloween and we're in a heat advisory. I got the. I mean, I just threw this in there. It probably should be like a $10 item here. It's Audi. It's a leather, like almost kind of like a traveling, has your spot for your boarding pass, your tickets, and everything. It's like a little itinerary holder type of thing, money identification. So cool little leather thing. Should be like $10 on that guy. Adidas, tiny, just a little tiny pack, Adidas pack. It still has the tag on it. Went for $20 in the store. I'm guessing at least $10. It's brand new. It's a little got the crossbody strap. Perfect for a workout. If anybody's going out, working out, they just want to carry just the bare minimum. This is what you got. Fossil bags. You should be looking out for Fossil. Fossil's a great brand. Here it is. This is kind of like a shiny metallic gold crossbody. It's got a good weight to it. Good leather. Most importantly, though, like with a lot of these bags I've been talking about today, it's got the key charm, the bag charm, which is the key. So this is the Fossil key. It's a nice crossbody. This should go $40 to $50 right here for this purse. I'm still picking up purses, even though my purse is just out of control. I'm trying to sort through my my purse storage area because it's getting out of control. Now I bought a bunch of some calculators here. I got them in a bundle because I like selling these calculators. And these older ones, I'm trying to find the other one I got. And they sell well around the I thought I had another one. They sell well around the $8 to $10 range. So we have this sharp one. This one should go for about 10. This one should go for about 10 as well. I got to make sure this one works though. It's pretty dirty and doesn't turn on. So I'm gonna have to check the battery. It kind of look at. Like a little flip phone action, old school flip phone action on that one. That one's pretty cool. I love selling these little calculators. They're easy to ship, easy to store. Throw them in a little bubble mailer. Boom, they're gone. Quick and easy profit there. I might resell this. I might see it. My dad. I'm gonna test it, see if it works. I know my dad's been looking for a little CD player, and this is a cool one. This is a Sony Walkman. If you resell it, it should go for about $25 to $30. Pick it up for $5. Most of this stuff I got in a bundle. This one I remember because I paid only $5 for it. I didn't bundle it up with anything. Another thing I did get in a bundle though, check this out, is an Apple Watch. I'm updating it right now. Let me check where the update progress. Yeah, I'm still preparing the update. So it's updating this right now. Everything seems to be working. Perfect watch. I didn't know if it worked or not. I got it in a bundle, so I only paid about $12 for it. That should be. That should be like $60, maybe $70 for that watch right there. Although I might see if one of my kids, since I only paid $12 for it, I might see if one of my kids can use it. Everybody has, they have iPhones. This, don't buy this. This is not for resale. It doesn't do well. It might go for like $5. People will charge up for it. I got this in a bundle. I happened to see somebody several weeks ago had a whole case full of these, and I wanted to buy them, but they wanted like $10 a box, which is not worth it. Even for I don't even think this is not worth reselling for some reason. I would think it would be, but it's not. I got this for myself. Baseball cards from this era. These are from the 90s, 1991. Are just 99% of them aren't worth it at all. So this I got for myself just because memories. I'm gonna put this in my collection, and that's it. Don't buy this. This is not for resale. Okay, one thing that is for resale, and I've resold before, actually in worse condition, is a Nike Golf wallet. This trifold wallet here. This is in better condition than the one I sold. I sold one for $15. It sold within about an hour of me listing it. So this one here is in way better condition. I'm probably going to post this one about $25. And I expect it to leave within hopefully about 48 hours or so. It's in great condition. I was so kind of surprised it was sitting there. And then I got remotes. Okay, this remote here, this is a Cisco TRC-V remote. This one should go for about $15 to $20. Then we got this. I thought this was a remote, but it's not. It's actually a laser pointer presenter for Logitech. This might be a cool little keeper item, though. But this one here, you want to make sure. This is a R400, so it's still a laser pointer and projector. Off. Okay, so make sure always check the battery compartments. Sometimes they might be a little dirty, and you just need some cleaning. But this one here, you want to make sure. So right here on this little end right here, that has the USB. You can make sure you have that USB thing with it. So this one right here should probably go for about $20 to $25. I might keep this. It might come in handy. Might come in handy. This remote here, this is actually a, well, wait, is this a good one? This Sony one right here goes for about $20. This is an RM DX153. Got another remote, NEC. These remotes, this one right here, like $8 to $10. But I got a great deal on them all, so I'm not too worried about it. This one here, I think is like $8 to $10, the Vizio, but it has the keypad in the back. But I got a great deal overall on the whole package, so I'm happy with it. And then I've been picking up these a lot more lately, just because I need them for charging up. So this one right here takes batteries from your camera, from older cameras, and charge them up. A lot of older cameras don't necessarily charge up through USB. As a matter of fact, some older cameras, they may have just a USB transfer to transfer your computer, and if you plug power into it, you could potentially ruin it. You usually have to pop the battery out and pop them in one of these adapters here. This is a Panasonic one. This should go for about $10. And then another two that I grabbed here are these Canon ones, which are probably a little more popular. And also two, this one here has a little flip out plug. I got two of them. They should go for about $10 to $12 for these Canon ones. This right here, this Light Tester GE Vintage. This one last sold comp for $31. Pretty cool right there. And I picked it right out of the bin. I got a great deal on all this stuff. Great deal when you bundle. I yanked this Steve Madden purse. Something just, oh. Out from the bottom of a bin in there, or a box. I mean, that's an easy, like, $20 purse, right? It's in great condition. Steve Madden is not the best in the world, but if I price it right, I can get rid of it quick. The color actually might be, I was thinking initially it was more like a springtime color, but this might also suit winter. Probably has a little bit of cleaning to do. It's nice heavy leather, so there's some scratching on the gold part here, but still in great condition. I could probably unload it for $20. It's no brainer. It'll pay for the whole bundle that I bought from Lupez section, so that's nice. I got this, this is a Magic Band from Disney. Some of these can go for pretty good money if you get some of the, like the Star Wars ones, some of the other cartoon ones. But this one here, probably about $15, just a standard Mickey Magic Band. What else? I know there's a lot of stuff. I picked up some laptops that I'm not putting in this video. They're just cheap. Not that they're cheap, but they were only $1 a pop for these Apple laptops, so not crazy. But I'm gonna sell them just for parts. But I'm not gonna include them in this because they're kind of heavy, and I wouldn't recommend buying them unless they're $1. Kind of rare to find any type of laptop, even a almost falling apart laptop for $1 even at my flea market. This is a Bluetooth keyboard. It's by Targus brand right there. I've sold this before for $10, so I got this for $1. So $10, $1 and a 10, not bad. We're making profit. This right here should be about $15, 15 to 20. This is an iTrip. It was basically an FM transmitter for the older iPods. It allowed you to plug into the. It had like this weird little connection. See that right there? It's just a plastic piece for this one, but it basically plugged into the top of your iPod and allowed you to listen to it on your car stereo through the FM. Frequency band, no, FM band. And whew, we got a lot of little things here, but this one here should be about $20. A Camelback, water, hydration. You've got, when you buy these, you got to check, make sure first of all it has this bladder system. You want to check this, make sure this isn't chewed up. I mean, it's got some grime on it, but it's still in great condition. I can clean that up, get that sanitized. Then you want to make sure that you want to open up this part, but just kind of smell it. You ain't got to get crazy all up in there, but it smells like plastic, which is what it should smell like, or the silicone, the bladder material. You don't want to smell like moldy or musty, because that means water's been sitting in it. So then you got potentially mold issues. And no good. So it should smell clean. Should smell like like this rubber plasticky part. What else? So I got a lot of little things, a lot of great little things here. I don't know what's up on the back of this iTrip thing, but I don't know if that's blood or what. But that's what you get at the flea market. This is what you got to expect. I'm throwing away the actually, matter of fact, you know what? I'm not going to keep it in this. So I'm going to take this out, throw this away. And I'm going to go wash my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And we're good. Let's see, what else did I get? You saw me pick up this little thing here. You may or may not have saw that. I'm not sure about the camera on. But a little Ziggy. This is actually going to be a gift for my mother-in-law, because she used to be a big fan of Ziggy. Oh, I got this Fisher-Price elephant. I got it pretty much because I've never seen the elephant before from these old Fisher-Price toys, just like the farm animals. So I picked it up. It's not really worth too much, like $7. I kind of paid up for this and this right here because I paid $12 for this, and I got this coin as well too. But this, I'm going to give this coin to my mom, just kind of in memory of the Twin Towers and the Pentagon attack. So let me give that to my mom. Cameras. I didn't go over the cameras yet, but I got this HP Photo Smart. Should be about $20 to $22 for that camera. This is a really heavy camera. It's kind of 8.2 megapixels, so it's a really nice camera. It's like feels like a brick. It's really heavy. It's got the most importantly, had the battery. I probably won't be able to charge it, but we're gonna figure something out here. I have a bunch of chargers now, so I've been accumulating them. I'm gonna see if one of those chargers will work for this guy. This one here, now this is one, I got it for, I think it was $2 or so. And this one here is battery. Got 2 AA batteries. That's the way to go, in my opinion. Should be about 15 bucks for that guy. Then we picked up another camera, which I didn't know was, I thought it was not working. But I got it home and I just pressed the on button. It works. Should be like 50 or 60 bucks for this Olympus camera right here. What else? Did I cover everything? I think I covered everything. Oh, I got this random thing. I don't know. It's just kind of a lucite, a little like circuit board. I'm not sure really what it is. What kind of what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna have to look up more details on it. But just a little circuit board and a block of lucite. So lucite is kind of popular, more so in the, if it had, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is popular or what it is really. I have no clue. I looked at this HP 88804F and it came up with like a printer. I don't know. It's like a printer part. I don't know why you would put a printer part in lucite, kind of memorialize it. I don't know, but we'll see. No clue what that is, really. But it's in lucite. I picked up another lucite thing right here. Oh, right here. This is really cool. This is a little microchip. Or not a microchip, but like a replica of a microchip. And it's just a little keychain. HP Electronics. Vintage keychain. Pretty cool little keychain. I might keep this. Put this in my collection of cool, interesting oddities. Trying to make sure I covered everything, because sometimes I go through all this and I forget. Oh man, I forgot to do that one. Yeah, I think I got everything here. I got all the remotes. I got the cameras now. Oh, I got a random case. All right, okay, here's a random case. I got this random case for myself. I thought it might fit one of my cameras, but too small. So I'm gonna keep looking for it. A little Sony case. I don't know. I'll probably just sell it for $5. Pretty cool little case. But that actually should do it. So some pretty good items here. There's 2 cameras. Like I got a camera that should go for $60. I got the iWatch that go for $60. The mouse that's staring at me in the face right here. Definitely look out for look out for digital cameras that take standard batteries, so that way you don't have to go hunting for a battery adapter for that. And they do still sell pretty well if you can get them. This is this Polaroid one right here. It should sell for like $15. Got it for $2. It's a 9 megapixel. It's not the best in the world, but it'll still make you good profit. I mean, obviously these are the ones, these bigger ones here. These are kind of the ones you want to look out for. That Olympus one will definitely do well. But hey, if you can find several of those, little digital cameras, they take 2 AA batteries. If you find 2, 3, 4 of them, that's a pretty good profit. If you get a good deal for them. This mouse here, I was just cleaning this mouse up. Trackball mice, you should be looking out for these. What's good and bad in my opinion. Bad because I prefer the wireless mice, but good because you don't need a dongle for this. This plugs directly to your computer, USB, and it goes for about 30. I saw some high ones about 40, but I'm thinking more it's going to go for, I think it's going to go more for about 30 bucks. Should go for about $30. Should go more for about, should go closer to $30. Those trackball mice. So trackball mice are still incredibly popular. I use them all the time. I prefer the older ones, the older styles. Don't really, preferably, I'm not really into the thumb part. I like the ones for 2 forefingers, but everybody develops their own style, what mice they like, and then, you know, some of these trackball mice that I like, they just don't make them anymore. So they'll make that style, and so I got to go on eBay and find them. And luckily I have a couple now, and if they break, I'm going to have to go on eBay and find some more if I don't find them at the flea market or Goodwill. Okay, everybody, that's everything we got. I hope I wasn't talking too fast. It is pretty hot. So the big winner, I think, are those Tokidoki purses I got right off the bat. Look out for Tokidoki. It is a very popular, right now, it's been popular for as far back as I can remember. I mean, well, since it came out, I guess. I mean, it's very popular. And it gets a lot of views. Once I post it, boom, I start getting views on it right away. I start getting watchers on it. I'm really debating whether or not to put offers on those because I know they'll sell higher, especially the less sports sack one will sell pretty high. But yeah, those purses were good. I mean, a good score on purses, even though I'm not supposed to be buying purses. Even though I went today with the intention of not buying anything, I still bought stuff. Check out my eBay Open hat I got. This actually got at the flea market, but I did attend the eBay Open this year online. Good, valuable information, you know, just it's good to, you know, hear and connect with the company that I sell on, you know. Otherwise, let me know what you guys are finding out there. Let me know where you guys source at. I want to hear, you know, down in the comments down below, do you guys prefer Goodwills? Do you guys prefer flea markets? Do you guys prefer, or swap meets, I guess, whatever you call it. Garage sales. Where are you guys getting items from? What kind of items are you sourcing? What kind of stores do you guys run? And of course, most importantly, how are sales doing? Appreciate the new subscribers. We're going to get out, you know, I'm going to get content back onto my shipping channel. Actually, as a, what's today? Today's a third Wednesday, actually. So I'm getting content back onto my shipping channel. So do look out for that. It's going to be a little bit more specialized. We're going to look at just 3 items, hopefully stuff that you know, are more difficult in the shipping process, more pottery, more glass, to try to hopefully help people in how to ship those safely, or how to ship anything safely for that matter. Appreciate the new subscribers, appreciate the thumbs up, any comments, any questions, let me know down below. My Instagram will be linked down below as well too, but we'll catch you guys in the next video.